My name is Ojuolakpe Akinwumi, and I am a Nigerian, a Yoruba girl from the western part of Nigeria, Ogun State to be precise.
What brings you to Finland? What brought you here? Hello everybody. My name is Nomcebo. Welcome to Let's Talk About It with Nomi, where we talk about real and authentic conversations. In today's episode, we have the beautiful lady from Finland in Oulu. Ojiolape, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm okay. Is it okay if I call you Oju?
Yes, please.
Should
That's
it?
what everyone calls me.
Is it? Okay, I'm just gonna call you Oju. How are you? Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing through to my show. I really appreciate.
Welcome.
How is the heat?
I was looking for what to wear. My original plan was to wear like an African print dress and something to show what I do, but then this is the lightest that I could get from my wardrobe.
It's too hot, hey?
Art.
It's,
Uh,
it's really punishing us.
uh, uh, I'm not complaining too much because winter is almost here, and trust me, it's gonna come like fire.
I know. I know. Hey. Um okay, can you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit background about you?
All right, thank you, host. My name is Ojuolakpe Akinwumi, and I am a Nigerian, a Yoruba girl from the western part of Nigeria, Ogun State to be precise. I am a wife, a mother, a sister, and of course a friend. I am happily married to Korede Akinwumi, and I live here in Olu. I have two beautiful kids, a boy and a girl, Delight and Desire. And I've been living in Olu for close to 9 years now. Yeah, I relocated here because my husband, then my fiance, moved to Finland, and I also came to Finland to join him, and we started our family here in Finland. I had my first degree in accounting. I had my bachelor's in accounting, and when I moved here to Finland, I had my master's degree in international business management. And by the way, I also had like some IT courses that I did, and I delved into the IT field. Currently, I own a business, a fashion brand. I have a walk-in store here in the city of Olu. I sell and make custom dresses, outfits for women, for men, for kids, accessories, and all of that. I do everything. It's not just African fashion, but of course, I use majorly African fabrics to create this product. I have a location also in Nigeria, and we currently have around six tailors and some administrative workers also working for me for the brand in Nigeria. And I work here as well as a software test engineer in one of the best and amazing IT company here in Finland. Yeah, that's a little bit about myself. I'm a Christian, and what else about me? I love color pink and sometimes purple. I I love to meet new people as well. Yes.
Thank you so much. Well, that was not just a little bit. It was every it was
So,
everything. Let's talk about your impression because you just told us how you got. Well, my first question was going to be, what brings you to Finland? What brought you here? But you've
yeah.
already said that your husband was here, and then you're like, I want to join my love.
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about the first impressions when you got to Finland.
Oh, when I got to Finland, I literally, I lived all my life in Nigeria, and all my goal was just like, okay, I just want to study here, and maybe learn the language, pass the exam, and maybe move to another country. If I probably get like my passport, I could move to another country because it was really cold here. As soon as I got here, it was really, really, really cold here. But when I got here, I looked beyond the weather, really. Of course, it was cold, but I also realized that Finland has a lot of opportunities for immigrants because it's a fertile ground. It's a new, everything. There's so many things that have not been discovered yet in Finland. So when I got here, I was just like, okay, all of these things, I might be able to do this. But then I was saying, do I really want to do all of these things here? Or should I just get out of this place? But here I am, almost 9 years after. I got here 2016. So next year is going to be 10 years that I've lived here in Finland. So yeah, not so long, right?
No. I want us to talk about the culture shock.
Okay.
Mm. What was
So
your
many things.
biggest?
The biggest one was the silence. The silence. Naturally, I come from in Nigeria. Nigerians are not quiet. Like, we are not. We are, I don't want to use the word loud because loud can be offensive, but we are naturally happy people. We, I don't even have to know you before I am, excited for you. I want to talk to you and that kind of thing. But Finnish people are not like that. They are just like, can you move away kind of thing. Entering the bus, the first day I was going to school and I entered into the bus, and the next thing was that someone just like, I was even going to say, hi, good morning, and then I just got like, before I even said it, the person was just like this. I was like, oh, what did I do? Did I say it wrongly? Yeah, or maybe it's my English. Of course, we have different accents. We don't speak the same way. Even when they're speaking English, it's not going to be the same way. So I felt maybe it had to do with me and not with. I understood it gradually that this doesn't have anything to do with me, but with the people here in Finland. They just want their space, and they don't want you to, like, you're sitting in a bus and then the next person doesn't want you to sit right next to him or her, and if you decide to sit there, they will stand up and leave that same place. That was the number one thing that I experienced in Finland, and I was like, what is wrong? What is wrong here? What's happening here? Why are they moving away from my side? That that's just one out of so many things here in Finland. It's we are worlds apart. Worlds apart. Another thing that shocked me was the color. Bro, no color in Finland. It's just white, black, and beige. White, black, and beige. Like, and gray. Gray, beige, black, and white. And when I was going to school, like, I am full of colors. I don't care, even if it's winter or it's summer, whenever. And I think that was majorly what also gingered me, or encouraged me to start my own brand here in Finland. I felt like, guys, you need more colors here. Like, why are you like this? But that's just it. They're comfortable. I thought at the beginning that my classmates were wearing the same clothes every day. But they were not wearing the same clothes every day. They had different black, maybe in the same kind of design, and they keep wearing it every blessed day. Like, it was a shock to me. Like, I've not seen that kind of thing before. Like, people back home, if you're wearing black, you're mourning. Someone died if you're wearing black. That's what it symbolizes. So you don't just choose to wear black every time. Of course, people's favorite colors could be black, but it's not like you keep wearing it every blessed day. No. That was also another shock for me. Yeah.
Hey,
Out of out of many cultural shocks.
I think it was my shock too. We are the same. I don't want to use loud, but we are loud. We
Exactly.
talk, we laugh, we make noise. So when I got here, I got here around November, and it was 2020. So COVID just started, so it was, you see,
Ah.
that confusion and the quietness and the confusion and everything. So when I got here, it was so quiet. What was the hardest adjustment? Was it the silence?
I think the hardest was the weather. I haven't also even adjusted. I haven't adjusted, but I just had to learn to live with it. Like I remember when I first got here, I every day I would tell my husband that very soon we're gonna leave this country. We're gonna go to an island. You know, I had so many things in my head. I couldn't just wait to leave this country. I was so eager to leave this country. But and then the language also was the weather and the language was something that was so difficult for me to adjust to. I felt like, why am I having to learn this very hard language? But thankfully, I've been able to like learn. Maybe I'm not the best speaker or anything, but I can survive with the language, if you understand what I mean. So it was really tough for me. There were days that I remember starting the language school, and the first few weeks I was not around. We went on a vacation. We were in Spain, and we had already booked our tickets before I got that school. So when I got back, a lot of things had been learned, like like the time, some of those basic things they were already past those things. So when I got there, it felt like I didn't know anything. Like most of my classmates were ahead of me, but I just didn't give up. It was tough, but then I just had to, run as much as possible to be able to catch up with others. And looking back, I would say that it was not easy, but it was worth it. Now I can at least make conversation with my workmates, with customers about what they want to buy, what they want to do, those kind of things. I don't have a big challenge really if a customer cannot speak in English. If they can only speak in Finnish, I just talk to the customer in Finnish.
Hmm.
You
Ooh, I can relate. The language is difficult.
can say that again.
It is very difficult. When I was still back home, I thought knowing English was everything. I thought you could survive everywhere with English.
No.
And then I came here with my English.
And your English became like your hometown language.
It became nothing. I was like, "Oh my god, where am I?"
And English is even a barrier for us here because
Yeah.
we speak English, we are not so fast learning the Finnish language. We want to change everything to English. We want to translate everything to English. And that's why you see people from other countries that do not speak English. They tend to learn it faster than we that understand English because we just fall back to English. Like, oh, what does this mean in English? But for other people, they don't try to change it first because they know that their language is completely different. But because English is universal, we try to, use a universal language to change to finish. So that was it for me really. And I think like for other English speaking people, they had like that kind of similar challenge.
Yeah, I'm always jealous of somebody who doesn't speak English because I know they are going to know Finnish faster and better than me. It's so funny because at school, because I did the integration also. Um,
Ah,
mm, at school, you're a group of immigrants. I don't like using the word immigrants. Oh my God, I don't know. It hits so different to me. But
ah.
hey, it's what we use. It's what we use. So a group of immigrants. This one is from Japan. This one is from Nigeria. This one is from everywhere around the world. And then we are just a group, and the way we speak, we just join small words together. And we kind of understand each other. That's the nicest thing about it. We kind of understand what do you mean by this? What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Whew, yeah. Okay, so let's move on. Let's talk about home. What do you miss the most about home?
Hmm. I miss my friends. I miss ah I miss the weather. I miss the noise. I miss the hustle bustle. Going out and then people are just like in a hurry to go somewhere. Everybody is in a hurry. Everybody's jumping. Kids are running around the streets. Those things, they might not be anything really. But when I sit back and I just think of my childhood, my teenagehood, I feel like these were the things that actually kept us going. These were the things that made us alive, like that kept us alive really, because you could just walk into your friend's house and just say hi, just play with them without, official invites and those structured things. Well, these days I'm also just that's life now.
Hmm.
But those are the things I miss. Getting to just bump on my friends when we go out, on childhood friends, on old friends that you are probably schooled together. That cannot happen here. I can't bump into an old friend here in this country, except the person already has the knowledge that I am here in this place. It's rare to see people just anywhere. Of course, it could happen, but this is only for maybe Finnish people.
Hmm.
For us immigrants, it's not a common thing. I miss the food. I miss the food. Not me cooking the food. Don't get it twisted. I can cook the food because we can get anything we want here and cook the food also. I miss the way you go into a restaurant here to get your own food, and you have like four different Finnish restaurants that you can choose between. I miss that choice, that I can say, oh, I eat here this week, I'm eating out this week, and this is where we're going. I'm eating in this restaurant. And then next week you're like, oh, I just feel like eating this kind of meal, or you just want to eat street food. Those little I'm not someone that eat out every time. But when I really want to eat out, I like to really do it. Like, and I want to enjoy what I really, not what I would just manage. But here, it's just like, okay, I'll just manage it. It's okay. You know, not really. It doesn't have that. My culture is not there. And that's what I want. That's what I really want to see. That's what I want to taste. People that do it the way it should be done. I miss it. I miss home. Honestly. I miss home. And if everything was completely okay back home, not a lot of people will be here. Trust me. Mm,
Hmm.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Talking about missing home, how do you stay true to your African roots while adjusting to the Finnish culture?
That's a beautiful question.
Hmm.
And I am very African. I'm very African. Trust me, I'm very African. But I also understand that anywhere you find yourself, there's a an isn't an adage that says when you're in Rome, you behave like Romans, right? And even though I might not want to behave like a Finnish person entirely because I'm not a Finn, but of course, I wouldn't want to just, shove the culture in their face that, oh, I don't care about your culture or anything like that. But I would also, as much as they want me to integrate into the Finnish culture, I would also like to have the Finnish people understand, maybe not integrate, but understand my own culture. And I like a mix of both, actually. I like a mix of where I am and where I am coming from. My kids are growing up here. I don't expect them to 100% behave like an African because they still go to school in a Finnish environment. They have Finnish friends. They eat Finnish food. But I'm not going to entirely say it now that because my kids are here, I'm not going to be cooking anything African anymore because they are eating Finnish food in school, then we have to eat Finnish food at home. We need a balance. These were the things I thought about when I also started my fashion business. I thought about it. Why not create outfits that Finnish people can still relate with while you are imputing your own African touch? I made some sweaters, like map sweaters. I make some, winter sweaters. They all had plain colors like black, like brown, and I had a colorful print to draw out an African map. That's that's the inclusion. Like, I know you love black. I know you are a black person. But it doesn't mean the Finnish people don't love colors too. They just don't have that right audience or the right place to get these things. And I'm like, okay, I'm not just going to bring colors to you immediately and expect you to jump into a rainbow cloth. But we can gradually come to meet in a particular place. We can meet ourselves in a particular point. And that's it for me. I try as much as possible to still teach my children my language. We speak my language at home. We eat my Nigerian dishes. My kids, they love Nigerian food. Their best food is eba. Eba. That's the gari. They eat correct Nigerian food. They want to eat it. They want to, they would even cry for it. Mommy, we want Nigeria. We want eba. Give me eba. And they speak the language. At least they understand so well. They don't speak as much as they understand, which I know that's one thing I am still trying my best to work on. I want them to speak the language because they might not be here forever. We don't know where they would be tomorrow. So if they find themselves back in Nigeria, they're going to be uh immigrants in their own country. Doesn't make sense, So they also need to at least continue to learn the language. And for me, I remember when we were going to have the Africans in Olu. By the way, I founded an organization also called Africans in Olu. And the organization is not just for Africans here in Olu, but Africans and Finnish people coming together to do something together. Do you get it? So when we are when I was thinking about this event, I really wanted Africans to come out together. Africans in Olu, come out. Let's see ourselves. Every day I'm just seeing a white person. And I know there are Africans in Olu, but we don't have that opportunity to meet. We don't have a common ground to meet because everybody just faces their jobs. But if we have like an event that could bring people together, it will really promote the culture. So that was the main reason we had Africans in Olu. And there you would see other African children, you would see different culture, Kenyans, Nigerians, Ghanaians, Ethiopians, different people from all over the world, all over Africa. And now it is not just for people Africans in Olu. It is also to bring non-Africans to understand how our own culture also operates. I said earlier that I would like the Finnish people to also meet us at a point. We are here together. My kid might be your child's wife in the future. Yeah, your daughter might be my son's wife in the future. Who knows? I don't know. You don't know as well. But if they already have a knowledge of how these people are, you won't have a bad image of us. You won't think that, oh, I don't know what people really think about Africans because they've not been there. They don't know. It's only what they see on the media. So they might think, oh, these people are so poor. These people, different images might be on the person's head. But if we have an opportunity to meet together, to share ideas, to party together, to deliberate together, to talk, to connect, to network, we would get to understand ourselves the more. So these are the ways in which I have been able to, like, you know, put together the African culture without pushing away the Finnish lifestyle, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, I get you 100%. Okay, now I want us to shift. Let's dive into your business. What do you do?
Okay.
Mm.
I own a fashion store and I create designs for male, female, children. I have a ready to wear brand, like it's a ready to wear and a custom made brand. So you can buy readily available clothes in the store, and you can also choose to make your own designs, or you can have me make your designs for you and then it gets made for you. We make here in Olu and also in Nigeria. So because most of the fabrics are being sourced from Nigeria, I could also, get us to make it back from Nigeria with my tailors working for the brand. But if you have your own fabric and you want me to do something here also, yes, I am also able to work with your fabrics. For Finnish people, they might have their own fabrics, or even non-Nigerians, they have their own kind of fabrics. I cannot have fabric from all the countries in Africa. So I know that, like, even different tribes in Nigeria, I can't have all their fabrics. So there are still really specific fabrics for specific countries, and I respect that. So if someone wants to make something special, they can just come to me. I take measurements, I measure, and I make the outfit. These days I've been making a lot of traditional wedding dresses, and it's quite impressive because a lot of Congolese people are very much interested in what I do these days, and I really appreciate that. And I am, like, looking forward to more collaboration. People, please, like, I'm open to anyone from any part of the world, and yeah, this is a very great opportunity for me because I don't just sew because or just make clothes for people because I just want to make clothes. I love to connect with people. I said that earlier. I love to meet new people. And most of my clients, if not all, they are like friends to me now because we get to talk, we get to even talk beyond dresses. We talk about life. We hang out together, have a drink together, learn more. Even for my customers, I've been able to learn about the Finnish culture. These days, not just these days, I've had a web store since 2021, and it was launched in 2021. And I can say that majority of the people that shop from me are Finnish people. It's difficult to believe, but that's it. Most people that patronizes me, even the store that I opened here in Olu, I have many Finnish people coming to the store. That's to show that Finnish people are not saying they don't like colors. They love colors. They don't just have where they to buy those kind of colors. And of course, you can't go to Nigeria or to Africa because you just want to buy a dress or a fabric. That is why I'm bridging that gap between any country you in Africa and Finland. So if you want something, I'm just here to provide it. Even if I don't have it, I will source it. And I love my customers to be satisfied. One thing about me, if it is not the best, I won't even release it to you. I won't let you go. You have to go with the best. Like, you have to go and be extremely satisfied. That is it with me. 100%. Yes.
Well, that's the spirit. If it doesn't satisfy you, then no, it's not going
No.
anywhere. Okay, I want you to walk me through.
Yeah.
So you got here in Finland. Um, Miss Oju. You're like, okay, this place is cold. I don't like it. I don't know the language. Everything that you were going through, but you were like, you know what? I'm gonna start my own business. Tell me what inspired you to start your own business and how did you identify the gap?
The gap.
Mm.
Exactly. That's a beautiful question. I love that question. I'm being asked that question almost every time. Yes. And before I got here, I have always loved business. I love business. I love to sell. I love to buy and I love to sell. So I had a business model back, back in Nigeria. I import shoes, bags, clothes from China into Nigeria. Importation business was really nice back then. It was in 2014, 2015. I was really into importation and I was drop shipping also, importing, reselling to people and all of that. So when I got here to Finland, I was like, wait, I need a dress. I went to the stores and I was just seeing white, brown, black. I'm like, wait. I said, okay, maybe it's because it's autumn. Let me wait till summer. But before then, I had to also wear my own clothes. I didn't get anything here, but I started wearing my clothes. Even my winter wears were colorful. My turtleneck sweaters, they were colorful. I had red, purple, green. Those were my colors, and I kid you not. I didn't have white or black, nothing like that. And anytime I come into the class, everyone is always like, why why is this girl like this? After a while I switched into African clothes. I was wearing my African prints to school. I was mixing it well. I love to I love my own style. And I style myself very well. At least I got compliments from people, so I can say that I styled myself very well. So people were complimenting me also. Some people were like having the culture shock also that what kind of person is this? And some other people were like, hey Oju, you look so good. Ah, that's so nice. And I'm like, wow. It seems like these people, it's not like they don't like it. They like it. But maybe they don't just know how to react to this. And now I can't get these things from the store. I thought about it. Let me start a fashion business. I started by making some very, very little things. Scrunchies. I have my scrunchie here. It's always everywhere with me. Scrunchies. I actually learned all this, the scrunchies, the bags, how to make bags also back in Nigeria before I came here. Bead making. I learned all of those things before I got here. So when I got here, I was like, but the resources were too high. Fabrics were expensive. I'm like, how can I do this? So I got some fabrics from Nigeria and I brought them here. I made some things, some very, very small, small kind of things, not like expensive dresses or anything like that. And people were interested. Like I started giving people, like, oh, you can have it, you can have it. And I was like, am I going to be giving people all these things I'm making? I thought about it that this is along the line, I was telling myself, I'm not going to be here. I'm just doing this for a while. So I didn't even register any business when I got here in 2016. I was just doing my thing. I was just catching fun and enjoying myself. Like, oh, people love my style. I was young. And I was like, this is so cool. Everyone is interested in what I'm wearing and all of that. And I give out and I make for people. And I also now engaged one tailor back home. I was like, oh, I would like you, because I was schooling. I didn't have that time. I was like, I would like you to work with me. I have some designs. I made my designs myself and I sent designs to her. Some small, small things, short skirts, capes, and everything like that. And I remember I got a deal from one company. Yeah, that was was that the first? No, that wasn't the first. That wasn't the first. So when I started that, I I was just in language school. I was like, my goal was to learn the language, get my passport, and maybe leave to another country. When I was in language school, I had my daughter then. Before I went to language school, I went to language school first before I had my daughter. So when I was in language school, one organization came to language school and they came to tell us that, oh, startup refugees, la 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 la. I was like, me, I'm not a refugee, so I cannot attend your program. Why would you invite me? I'm a student. I came legally to this country. Why would you say I'm a refugee? And that was my concern. And then I told them that, in fact, I have a business idea. They were like, oh, you should come for, just come. Just come and see. Let's talk together. And that was like the starting point for me. I attended the Startup Refugees program and they got so interested in my business. They were so, they were so interested in me, even more than I trusted myself. And that was how I started. They took me up, gave me a mentor, gave me courses. I took some courses about business, taxation, all of those mini things that I didn't know. And then I was like, these people are so interested in me. Am I that good? I was like, these people are not serious. I'll just they were like, oh, they're gonna give me a small grant to open up my web store. I was like, when I open they paid for a year. I'm like, well, let me try what's going to happen within 1 year. Let's see if anybody's going to order anything. I was already on Etsy. I was selling the scrunchies and all these small things on Etsy. And then all of a sudden, I got an order from my Shopify page. I'm like, oh wow, order? I was really excited. I was like, wow, this is it. After that order, I started posting more on Instagram. And people were reacting. They were, I was asking questions. What do you think about Africa? Oh, la, 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 la. Those things. People were really interested. And I got a deal from Think Africa. I had to make their tops. And I think it was like 500 pieces of t-shirts that I had to customize for them. I remember that time I was pregnant, but I didn't turn down the job. I think I was like 3 months pregnant at that time. And I told myself that I'm going to do it. God bless my sister-in-law. She told me that, see, you're going to do this job. I remember she made me, I got a new sewing machine. And that's still my sewing machine till date. I sat down. She was there with me, loosening those shirts, telling me, let now do it, continue. Some days I'll be like, I'm pregnant. And, that was just the starting point for me. Until date, I never looked back. Trust me, I enjoyed it. Even days when I'm crying about the business that, oh, it's so bad, it's la la la. But the Finnish people, I saw that they needed that colorful fashion. It's not in existence. This is not about second-hand products. Yes, I also buy from the flea markets. I buy from the but it's a different thing entirely. It's I'm representing a culture. I'm representing a specific group of people and they respect that and they want to support that. That's one thing I have seen from my business. Even if I've not made millions from the business, but the support I have seen and the attitude of even Africans towards the business has shown that this is something you should do. People need it here. I have Africans shopping from me also, even though they could easily buy from home and send it here. But they just think about it. Why do I have to buy from home and then waste money for shipping and all of those things when I can just get it from Oju? Let me just get it from her. She would cater for everything. I style families and all of those things, and I've not looked back. Really, it's been going gradually. Maybe not as fast as I would expect, but not bad. Really not bad. Yeah. That was how I found the gap, the opportunity I had, and I took it up. Even when it was looking like you might not excel in what you're trying to do. But I wasn't pessimistic about it. And that's one thing I would say in all interviews that I've had. I'm not pessimistic about anything. I'm just highly optimistic. Let's see where this is going to lead us to. That has been it for me all along. Yeah.
You have a
I,
very
I hope I didn't bore you with my story.
no. Gerald, when we talk about business, my ears are like this.
Oh, I love that there.
You have a beautiful story. You have a very beautiful story.
Thank
Um,
you.
in your beautiful story, were there moments where you felt like you want to quit for some
Oh,
reason?
yes. Maybe not quit, but maybe take a pause, take a break. There were points that I had to re-examine re-examine what am I doing wrong. I knew that even till now, I still do that, because for any business to be scalable, you need to be able to like check yourself over and over and over again.
True.
It's really important. If
Mm.
not, you will keep doing the same thing and you keep getting the same results. But if you want to get better results, you need to examine yourself and see what you can do to get better. So at every point, I sit down and ask myself questions. What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? What am I not doing enough? What do can I change about my model? What can I add to what I am doing to make me get better than I have always been? Do you get? So it there has never been a point where I felt like I won't do this again. But of course, there have been points where I told myself that I want to take a break. I don't want to take any order. I don't want to sell anything. I just want to think straight about myself. What am I doing? And it's always at the point where I know that something is not going right. You would also know it as a business. Something is not going right. Like you're not doing something right. And at those points, I sit down and reflect and evaluate on how I've been going. Sometimes I even ask people questions. I ask people around me questions. What do you think about my brand? And I'm not asking you now so you could make me feel good about myself. I need you to be honest with me, because it's from those honest conversations you'll be able to get yourself to do better. And that is it for me. I take criticisms a lot. It could be painful. In fact, criticisms are always painful. But that's the only way you can grow. If you are if you allow those criticisms to come to you. But if you don't want it, yes, you just keep moving in the bubble and you feel like you are there when you're actually not there. So yes, there are points I have sat down and I've told myself that, oh, I just want to pause right now. And there are times I have sat down to cry. I just cry and cry and cry and cry. There are times I've made people's orders and it didn't go right. I have made people's. These days I don't sit and cry anymore. Yeah. And that's why how I know that I have truly grown. Yeah. Tough skin, because I have done the crying at some point. So when I'm faced with those kind of situations now, I just sit down and reevaluate. What can I do? How can I get out of this mess? What is the next step? Back in the day, if I go through the same thing I'm going through now, or any situation I go through now, I would sit down and just keep crying. I cry a lot, honestly. I have cried a lot in this business, but I have never given up on this business. It's my baby, and I can't give up on my baby. I can't give up my baby. It's just like a child. How can I keep nurturing a child, and then because the child is throwing tantrums, I'm like, go away. I don't want to see you ever again. It's not possible. I can't send my child away. Of course, I can take a break away from the child. Maybe give the child to the father. See, take this child for a while. I'll just hold on to this child. I don't want to see this child for a while. I need my head. I need my space. Yes, I take those breaks. But when I come back, I come back. I come back with fire. Yes. And I continue. I pick up from wherever I stopped, like nothing happened. Yeah, that's it.
What kept you going?
Ah, I think the first thing is my family. My husband specifically is is my number one support system. He would, you know, is also someone that draws. He says it to me. I'm not just saying it now. For he tells me from time to time that I I respect your work ethics. I I draw strength from you. So if you say you're stopping this, a lot of people will stop. It's that way even in my home. So he tries his best to also like give me that emotional support, that physical support that I need, and any kind of support that I need. Of course, there are days that it could also affect me mentally. I don't want to talk. I don't want to, do anything. But he has also understood the cycle that this person is facing this at this point. So it doesn't make life unbearable for me at those points. You know that this person is having a tough time in our business. This is not the time to bring more issues. This is not the time to talk about things that would trigger this person, but look for way out to just help this person. And that's what it constantly does. That's and when I look at everything he has invested into me, not just even the physical support, financial support that he has given to me, I'm like, bro, I can't give up on this dream. This guy has put a lot into me. My family, they are like, even my extended family, my siblings, they trust me so much. They believe in my craft. They're like, oh, you're so good. They hype me every time. And I'm like, sometimes I just tell them that, I don't even know. Maybe I should even change my business to something. I just trick them and tease them. They're like, change? Why do you want to change it? You don't need to change. You will add more things to it. Don't change it. Just leave it the way it is. It's so good. You know, and then they even encourage me. I was even telling my friend about you yesterday. All of those kind of things is to make me feel like, what were you telling your friend? Tell me. And tell me. Say, yes, I'm serious. He wants you to make an outfit for him. 2 outfits. And you're here saying you want to quit. You can't. You can't quit. And I know I have younger people that also look up to me. I have my nieces, my nephews. They're like, oh, Auntie Lape is doing so good and everything. Even my own children. My own children, they are also like, what kind of lesson am I teaching them if I just give up on my dream? It is something they know I'm passionate about. I can tell you for free now that I might not eat the whole day and I am working. I'm on the business all day. They all know. So the kind of energy they also give me is a positive energy. So if I bring to them a negative energy like "Don't do this business again or anything," they're not gonna love it. They won't appreciate it. So I'm giving it all my best. I'm giving it all my heart. I'm putting all my efforts into it. And I really hope and pray that everything becomes really good and the business brings good results for me.
Hmm. You have a very good support system.
Absolutely. Absolutely, no doubt.
Hmm. So tell me, what do you want to say?
I was going I was going to say God has brought me this far. I that is something I can't failed I have failed to mention. It should have been my number one. He has brought me this far and has put these people in my lives also. He has he has given me that grace, that strength. There are times that my family members will look at me and they will say, how are you even doing it? How do you combine these things together? And I'm also like, I don't know really. I don't know how I do it. So the major source of strength and what pushes me, what when I am down, I am about to give up, I just see myself. I wake up the next morning and my husband is like, are you not thinking about that thing anymore? Why are you just faking it? Like, I'm not faking it. I need to work on the next person's job. I have another order. Will I leave the person? I can't say no. And I say, but I thought you said you want to take a pause yesterday. I said, I have taken the pause, I have taken the break, I have slept and I am awake. Let's move forward. You know? And then that has always been my own mentality and my own. And I think it's just God that gives that strength to just move on from like you're from zero and then the next day you're at 100 again.
Mm,
It's really not just about people
mm,
telling you things, but what God is also doing through you. Yeah.
mm. How do Finnish customers react to your African fashion?
When I've usually been going for pop-ups before now. So
Mm,
when they come when they see me, when I go for outdoor sales, oh, ihana, varikaita vaateita, wow, mistä maasta tulla? And I'm like, Nigeriasta, mutta I design this myself. I make this. I also have people working for me back in Nigeria and also here. I make these things too. And they're like, oh, tosi ihana, varikaita vaateita. Can I have, like, they can also now ask, oh, do you have a shop? And that kind of thing, but they love it. The
mm,
truth is that they do love it. Some people don't see themselves wearing it, but I understand it. And I don't feel bad about it at all. I understand that it's a new thing to so many people. But I just want people to keep seeing these things. They keep seeing these things. And when they see one person buy it, definitely they would understand that it is not a big deal. Another person, I as a Finnish person, can wear. Sometimes I get to be asked questions about cultural misappropriation. And for me, I don't see anything like appropriation or misappropriation about it. Originally, African wax wasn't even started from Africa. If we look at the origin of African wax, they are Indonesian wax. But gradually, we also now have our own, we started making it also back in Africa, or some people still buy from what's this, iTargets and all those brands that makes it outside of Africa. So for me, I don't see anything as cultural misappropriation when they are buying or wearing African prints or African fabrics. And these are the things I also try to explain to my customers. They ask, oh, where can I wear this to? What kind of events do you wear this to? I'm like, you can wear it to any kind of event. And also for me, the kind of fashion that I make for ready to wear is not, there are things that you can wear to the office, you can wear to the beach, you can wear to work. They're, easy outfits that people can wear. Those are the kind of things I make. I don't make it too complicated. Except you now request for special outfits. I make like blazers and pants in colors that would suit your work, not extravagant colors, if you understand. So these are things that I just try to tell them that this is just colorful outfits that you can wear. The same way you wear Mari Meko, that's the same way you wear beauty. It's absolutely fine. It's okay for you to wear it anywhere you want to wear it. And you don't need to feel bad or ashamed about it. It's just a print. Of course, you're wearing African style, African design, but you don't need to feel bad or feel any way about it. We don't wear it for special occasions also. We just wear it when we want to wear it. And that's it. And most of my Finnish customers, they've been buying. Some even buy very, like, some clothes I would think that a Finnish person cannot buy. Some would buy it and then they will wear it out for parties and events, like wearing bubu. They would buy and wear. And I'm like, when I see them, I hype them, I gas them up. You look great. I love it. Sometimes I even teach them my language. You say that, you say this when you're wearing it, and they feel good. That's what I'm bringing to Finland. I'm not bringing anything to cause chaos or anything like that. I'm just showcasing my culture and mixing it up with Finnish fashions. Some of my designs are plainly Finnish designs, but they use African fabrics to make the Finnish designs. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's great. As an African woman in Europe, what are the challenges you have faced?
Hmm.
Hmm.
That's a big question. The challenge is you face a lot of challenge. One challenge is that people back home expect too much from African women abroad. Maybe they see that, oh, you're now made, you're now, that glamour. Sometimes I joke with my friends that, what do you think of me? Do you think I'm living a fake life? Maybe I've been living a fake life that I don't know. Because the way you are looking at me is like I'm 1 billionaire or something like that. And I think it's also for African men, not peculiar to African women. We feel like when people are abroad, they are, they don't have any struggle anymore. Everything is going on for them. Everything is fine for them. But no, that's not the case. People still have struggles here. People are dealing with things. We have bills to pay. We have nobody can do anything for you. You do everything by yourself. DIY, down to your wardrobes, to your furnitures. You fix it yourself. You do everything by yourself. And that's the life here abroad. It's way different from the life back home. Another thing is also like we can't live that traditional lifestyle. that we would naturally live back home. I'm not talking for myself now, but if I wanted to be like a full housewife, that might not be possible. If I want to be a full housewife and just say I want to cater for the kids, that's not my thing actually. It's not possible to have that kind of life. But for someone that chooses to have that kind of life, you can't have it here. Because if you do, you might not be able to enjoy the lifestyle you want to enjoy. If you get what I'm saying. Because you can't kill a man. He would only be able to provide as much as he is able to if you choose to want to live as a full housewife. And if you're also living as a working class person, you still have to face your own problems. You need to take care of the kids. Of course, together with your husband, you take care of the kids, you take care of the home. And if you're now like a career woman or a business woman, or you want to mix both together, that's a challenge on its own. You need to find a balance because you need time to also rest. You need time to cater for your family. And you don't have any help. You don't have any help. You have to do it yourself. That's one challenge here abroad. Nobody, family is not here. Of course, if you're lucky enough to have a family around you, that's great. But even the family you have around you, they are also going to work. They are doing things for themselves. So, literally, one major thing I would say is not having that extra support from outside. You have to do everything by yourself, except you have the money. Anyways, if you have the money to hire a nanny, to hire this or that, if not, you do it by yourself with your husband. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. What has been your proudest moments as a businesswoman?
Oh, I think it would be when I was it would actually be two. The first one was when I was featured on the national news. I yeah,
I saw it.
I felt so humbled, and I was just full of thanks. I was grateful to God, to the support that I have around me. It felt the feeling was out of this world, honestly. I For weeks I would still go back to that page and look at it, and I'm like, pinch me, pinch me, pinch me. How did I get here? Like, how did they notice me? How did they see me? How did they find me? It felt, and everything was just since last year December till now, it's just been like that way. And I've just been really, 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 really amazed and dazed, And the other time was when I opened the store. It was one beautiful moment that all other things were, well, that feeling like, oh, it's okay. But those moments, they felt, ah, am I really doing this? How did I get here? I felt really good. And I feel like I wasn't just proud of myself, but people were proud of me. And that was even why I was proud of the moment. Because a lot of people felt proud, like, oh, wow, you're doing great, and that kind of thing. So those were the two moments for me.
Hmm. Beautiful. I did see the post and I did see you opening your store. Congratulations
Thank
again.
you.
Um, I mean, if you need to take 2 years just taking it in, girl, go ahead. It's yours. You deserve it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, this is just a personal question. Of course, I could be asking for somebody else. Um, as someone who also, I'm interested in business, I do my own things with my own hands. I love it. I have a passion. But I haven't really connected that much in Finland, especially when it comes to the small events. Even if it's a big event, I would like to know those events. Now you had the Oulu event.
Yeah.
Everybody's welcome. I'm here.
Oh,
Everybody's
yes,
welcome to go to. Okay.
exactly.
Do you
Absolutely.
register? Do like
Yeah, we have like a
like
registration time.
okay, okay. Mm.
where the registration things are. We have a website now, Africans in Olo, Pistefi, so people can actually see what's happening and register before time and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So the
Africans in Olo, Africans in Olo.
Africans in Olu
Yes.
Pistafi, is it a group where you guys talk about all the events that are happening, or is for a specific event?
Well, it's majorly for the festival.
Okay.
Yeah, and any other kind of events that the organization is planning for
Mm,
the year.
mm,
You would see everything there.
okay.
Yeah.
Mm. Well, thank you. Now I know.
Wow.
um,
Yeah.
let's.
What do you do, by the way?
I braid wigs and I braid braids.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I came here too. I was like, who's gonna do my hair? First things first. When I came here, I didn't see any African. Okay.
What city are you?
Ah,
Where do you live? Which city?
I lived in Turku when I came here, and then I moved to Karina.
Wow.
Yeah. So there was nobody to braid. First, I didn't see any African, and then I was like, who's gonna braid my hair?
Wow.
And then I searched the internet, and I found one shop in Turku. Um, I went there. Oh my god! I was from home, okay? Doing hair is like how much? Mm, maybe 10 euros, 15 euros.
Exactly. We change our hairstyles every week.
So when I got here, they were talking about hundreds. And when I calculated hundreds to my currency, I was like, no, 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 no.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. It's not, it's a cow. I can't.
I can imagine.
Yeah. Mm.
But
Okay.
that's a very good business,
Mm.
really.
Mm.
It's a very good business.
Mm.
And if you're good at it, you would get your clients.
Yeah.
That's still a niche that people I've not really seen anyone,
Yeah.
you know,
It has been
doing so
explored.
great. Exactly. Of course, people sell wigs, normal wigs, but not braided wigs.
No, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are my inspiration, okay?
Oh, I'm glad to be. Yeah, but definitely you could
Mm.
attend Africans in Olu festivals and even so many other kind of festivals happening in different parts of Finland. You could just take some free spots. There are actually free festivals you could attend, and then you could just go there to just showcase. Like for me, this year I'm going to anywhere I've not been before. That's the goal for me this year for my business. All the cities I've not been to before. If I am able to get some spots there, free or for a little price, I would go and I
Mm.
would go sell there. I went to Nivala. I am going to Yoensu next week. And Yoensu, I've not been there before to sell. I've been there before for an event, but not to sell. So that's also another opportunity for me to meet with more people, network, and yeah, just enjoy the experience.
Mm. Okay,
Exactly.
let's talk about wisdom and vision. What would you want to say to another immigrant? I don't want to say Africans. It's not
Yeah.
all about only Africans. Another immigrant who wants to start a business abroad.
One thing I tell people is that I won't tell you to start and make mistakes that I made. The reason we have people ahead of us is for people coming behind us not to make the same mistakes that we made. One thing you need to focus on, you need to have one thing you want to focus on. Hold on to one thing and build that one thing. Gradually, you would bring more things to join that one thing. More things will join that one thing. But to start with, focus on one thing. A lot of us, we want to do, especially immigrants, Africans to be specific, we want to do a lot of things at the same time. I want to braid, I want to cook, I want to sell. I want to eat, I want to dance. So many ideas that we have. And I understand. We want to try to test the waters. But it would be great to test the waters individually. Don't bring it together and test it together. It might make you fail, and you wouldn't know what exactly made you fail. You won't be able to point at what was the failing thing because you would categorize everything like it failed. So it's important to pick a struggle, pick a hustle and a struggle and focus on it. Devote your time, strategize, make plans, map out strategies to boost that one thing. My husband was telling me about a guy at the airport. He was selling, this nail cutters in a small box. One piece was just €5. One piece was just €5. Do you know how many of that nail cutter he would sell in a day? If you take a wild guess, it's so small and it's just €5. There is nobody that would see that and it's just €5. A well packaged nail cutter box. There's nobody that would see that and would say, even if you don't need it, it's just €5.
Yes.
He could sell 1,000 in a day.
True.
He's at the airport. Thousands of people come to the airport daily. And his client yesterday is not going to be his client today. Never.
Always has a new client.
He always has a new client. And that's it. Making thousands in a day. Imagine if he was selling nail cutter, wristwatch, and belt. Would he have been able to sell anything? Maybe people will say, I don't need wristwatch. You say, okay, buy nail cutter. I don't need nail cutter. Okay, buy. At the end of the day, they are not buying anything. But you have just one thing. Focus on it. That's one thing I would tell any immigrant that wants to start a business. If you are good at one thing, focus on that one thing and make it a global brand. Who says a €5 drink cannot sell around the world? Why not? If not, but we try to, this one is just €5. If I had another thing for €3, at the end of the day, everything would be up to €20. That's our own mindset. But pick something you can do very, very well, that you know that any other person cannot stand you at this. You can easily compete with anybody. Focus on that and run with it. That's it. That's my own advice for anyone that would like to start a business. Test your waters with that one product. If it fails, move on to another thing you are skilled at. Just try with one thing. Yeah.
True.
Thanks.
What would you say to your young self before moving to Finland?
To my young self. My young self was very, very active and brilliant. And I would say to my young self to not give up on our dreams, to continue to pursue our dreams, to not underestimate herself, to not allow how other people feel about her to judge who she is. She's loaded, fully, full of different kind of gifts, which other people might not see, which she might not even know. She didn't know about it. But look at the young self now, all grown and doing all of these things. So to my young self, just take your time. Don't give up on any kind of dream. That's what I would have told my young self. Yeah.
Where do you see your brand in the next 5 to 10 years?
I was asked this question at the University of Olo in 2019. And I held a book. They gave me a board and I wrote it on the board. I still have the picture till date. And what I wrote on the board is that I am building a fashion empire. When I was asked by Ole, that was exactly what I told them also. In the next 5 to 10 years, I'm building a fashion empire. Yes.
Well, I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Okay, before I let you go, I'm
Yeah.
done, but not really done.
Okay.
So
No
before I
problem.
let you go, I just want us to play a little game.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's go.
yes. Our game is called Who's More Likely?
Okay.
Britain versus Finland.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Who's more likely to wear a winter coat during spring?
It's an African, of course.
I've done
It's
that so many times.
it's an African. I do that. My winter coat, I wear it all round. Autumn, spring, even summer. Sometimes I take it along. Yeah, but
Mm.
African.
Mm. Who's more likely to eat spicy food during breakfast?
African. Nigerian to be precise. Me. Jollof rice for breakfast.
And unfortunately, in Finland, I haven't found like real spicy food. Every time
Ah,
I'm like, what are you
yeah.
talking about?
They're trying to make it spicy. It's a make believe spice, not fully spicy. Exactly.
Who is more likely to put on shorts the moment it hits 10 degrees Celsius?
A finished person, oh, a finished person. Cannot be me. I'm still wearing my winter coat.
Exactly. Who's more likely to schedule for a coffee and never shows up?
I don't want to answer that.
Are you guilty?
But of course, an African.
Oh my
Even though I don't want to answer that question. That question is not nice. But I'll answer it. It's an African. Let's keep let's keep to the good part.
Who's more likely to be offended if someone is too close to them in public?
Ah, he's a finished person. Absolutely. A finished person.
100%. 100%.
100%. They don't want it. They like their space.
Hmm.
They love it.
But hey, I mean, space is nice. Who's more likely to go to a sauna fully naked and call it relaxing?
A finished person.
I can't even be fully naked in my house, just walking around the house. I feel uncomfortable. I need to put something, a towel or something.
Exactly. Exactly. Now in the sauna. Well, if it's a private sauna, I can still be naked, but a public sauna, never. Never ever.
It's been very nice having you. I am so happy and I am grateful for your time.
Thank you.
Mm, mm.
Thank you.
Take
Thank you for
care.
having me here.
Mm,
Thank you so much for this platform. And I can't wait to see the video when it's out.
you will. I'll let you know when it's out.
All right.
I don't want to close without saying, do you have anything in mind that you'd like to say? Anything?
Okay. I appreciate what you're doing. And I love it when women are actually doing more in this country. You don't just subject yourself to uh whatever job you're doing or whatever thing you're just doing. You don't want to put yourself out there, because I know that a lot of people get abroad and they just become a shadow of themselves. It's not a nice thing. So it's important that when you get to Finland, try to discover yourself. Don't just hide yourself there, because you're not doing yourself any good. Like, oh, I don't want anybody to know me. I don't know, no, no, la, 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 la. You can still be quiet and be making waves. It's not really about people knowing you or anything like that. But don't allow the system to actually crush you or get you to that point where you are depressed, especially if you're coming from a place which is not like Finland, if you get what I mean.
Mm.
So try as much as possible to discover yourself and do well with yourself. Do what would make you happy. Do things that would make you, feel alive. Because when winter comes, it's and it's not a joke. It can actually make you feel like I don't want to do anything. And
Mm.
winter is the longest time. So if you're not doing anything with your life because it's winter, at the end of the day, years are going by. You just realize that I've been here for 5 years. And I've not been doing anything. What am I doing in my life? You get even more depressed. So as
Mm.
soon as you come, find something for yourself. Do something which I'm not even saying run a business, but if it's your career, develop yourself, take more courses, take online courses, get yourself busy.
Mm.
Don't just think that, oh, you're abroad and that's the end of the world. You might lose yourself gradually. Some people just look back and they're like, how have I been able to, what have I even been doing with my life? I can't even pinpoint something I've been doing with my life for this past 6 years, for this past 7 years. So don't lose yourself
Mm.
whenever you get here, when you get abroad.
Mm.
Be yourself. If you want to go on TikTok and do something, do it there. If you want to start a YouTube channel, start it. If you want to go on Facebook, do it. Just don't stop. Don't stop living.
Mm.
That's the most important thing. Don't stop living. Don't stop your life because of anyone. Don't stop your life because of any system. Continue to live and thrive well. That's my advice to, or not even an advice. That's what I would just like to say. If anyone sees it as an advice, then that's fine. Yeah,
Mm.
but
Mm.
that's it from me. Thank you for
Oh,
this
you.
opportunity.
Oh, thank you so much. I wish God blesses you even more with
Amen.
everything that has your name on it.
Amen. Amen.
Mm.
Thank
All
you so
right.
much.
Thank you,
Thank you,
girl.
Nonzema.
Bye
Have
bye.
a nice evening.
You
Bye.